Hello, everyone. My name is Lucas. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Hololink. I'm here with Sam Miller, the CEO and are you a co-founder? Do you have co-founders?
I am the CEO and founder of the Fine Art Ledger. Welcome, everyone. Great to have everyone online. And this is a really exciting event and really, really great to be collaborating with the Hololink on this and Lucas in particular. So if you really wanted to go to the top, you've got the two CEOs here to talk about our respective products. And we will have Trish Gianakis, who's a very experienced AR artist who will be joining us very, very shortly. So Lucas, take it away.
Yeah. So let me just start by sharing the agenda for today, which we have right here. So I'm going to start off by the introduction, which we just had. Then I'm going to give you a quick tour of the HoloLink platform, which is really where you create the augmented reality part of this collaboration. Then Sam is going to show you around in the Fine Art Ledger and how it interacts with artworks and to authenticate and tell the story of the art work, and of course how AR is part of this. And then I'm going to give you a tour of the studio, the HoloLink editor, and of course also how to augment your own artwork. Then we're going to have Trish join us later, an Emmy-winning artist, and we're going to talk about how she uses HoloLink and how it really enables her to create AI experiences much easier, and also how that interacts with the HoloLink platform. And then we're going to end up with a short discussion about why augmented reality and NFTs are important, and how this changes the art scene, and why this is so disruptive. All right, so let's get into the first part, which is the introduction to HoloLink. So HoloLink is a platform founded by me and my co-founder Dennis, who's the CTO, and it really says it all in the front page. It's a platform that makes it easy to create augmented reality experiences in a scalable and cost-effective way. And if you go to the website, you can see tons of examples for what you can actually do with the HoloLink platform, and also some of our customers. And there's also a video where I introduce the platform, but don't have to watch that, because here on the stream I'm going to introduce the platform later today. So that is really what HoloLink is, and we are really excited for this partnership with the Fine Art Ledger. I personally think what Sam and the team has done, combining NFTs with physical art pieces, is really tremendous, and a really great use case for NFTs and the blockchain in general. All right, so next off, we're going to have Sam do a quick introduction to the Fine Art Ledger platform. So Sam, over to you. What is really the Fine Art Ledger?
Great. So thanks, Lucas. So essentially, the Fine Art Ledger is the platform that attaches NFTs to physical underlying assets. So you just have to think about that for a second and take a step back, because it changes your perception of what NFTs actually are. For all of us, NFTs over the last 2 years maybe have been digital images or video clips that are authenticated on the blockchain. Well, we're going to change that perception for you. What we see as NFTs is ownership interests in underlying physical assets, but not only ownership interests which allow you to manage inventory and buy and sell the underlying physical assets. So what we do in the fine art space is use fine art as the specific use case, because fine art is a great use case for that, and a great passion of mine as well, to demonstrate and to get people using NFTs in this way. So the technology there, and why this works so well with Hololink, and to go back to Lucas on the Hololink side, is that what we can do is integrate the whole Hololink experience really easily into the Fine Art Ledger experience, because the Hololink's AR platform and studio for designing AR experiences is completely web-based. So it's really easy to do. And Lucas will go through in a second as to how the actual platform works to integrate, or the two platforms work to integrate so easily. But essentially, what we do is we take an underlying asset and use our technology to connect that to the NFT, so that you've got the ability to actually authenticate the artwork using your mobile phone each time you interact with that artwork. Now, that bridge that we create between the NFT and the artwork, we also just don't use that as a simple link that comes up on your mobile phone with some technical language about NFTs and underlying assets and everything like that. But we use it to actually give an experience about the artwork, so that we can progress the underlying mission and objective of the Fine Art Ledger, which is really to bring people closer to fine art, and for people to learn more about fine art and make it more accessible. What we do, and I'm just going to share my screen in a second, so let me just see if you can see this. Going now to our homepage. Can you see that, Lucas?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, I think that's there. So basically, what we do is precisely that. We're mobile-based, where each fine art experience is generated onto your mobile phone each time you interact with the artwork. But we are NFT-based as well. So every artwork that comes onto our platform needs to be minted through our blockchain of choice. And our blockchain of choice on the Fine Art Ledger is Polygon. Now, each interaction is managed through an experience which, when you tap with the artwork, and I've left a few QR codes in the actual chat section of the webinar, where you can access each a fine art experience that the Fine Art Ledger generates each time an artwork is interacted with. So let me have a look and share my screen here, which will show you the actual interaction. So let me just get the technical aspects right. Hang on. So the first one I'm going to demo is one of Trish's work called Queen of the Night. And I'm going to bring it up in the actual platform and on the actual web-based side. But the real thing is to view this on your mobile phone. So just to give you a sort of sneak peek of this before I turn back to Lucas to go back into the actual working of the Hololink Studio and to introduce Trish, I'm going to show you the one of the artworks which Trish has so well produced as a work called Queen of the Night. And Queen of the Night, as you can see in the mobile fine art experience, tells you the story behind the artwork. And that's really what we're essentially doing with the Fine Art Ledger, is letting you know the story behind the artwork and the story behind the artwork and the artist. So here you can see, and again, this is best viewed on your mobile phone. What this experience gives you is information about the artwork. Now, I don't want to steal too much time here in explaining this, and I'll come back to this and show you how it actually integrates into the Fine Art Ledger. But our experiences allow you to have a blockchain-based ability to experience the artwork and the story behind the artwork. But the genius of NFTs is that that story is transferable. So each time the NFT is transferred through our platform and the working of the NFT, the actual experience is transferred as well. That is a little bit of a sneak peek. I'll get back to that in a second, but I want to hand over back to Lucas and to introduce Trish, and then I'm going to circle back and show you more about the fine art experiences.
Nice. Thanks for that, Sam. And I was thinking, I actually have the AI, the mobile experience right here on my phone. So I wanted to show it to people. So here you can see I'm sharing my phone screen, and so Sam, explain this to me. So this is what I'll see on my phone if I tap the artwork, right?
Correct. So any interaction with the artwork, whether it's with your phone, and ideally when you're standing in front of an artwork, you would either take a picture of the artwork with your phone and it would recognize it through image recognition, or you can tap near the NFC tag, or a QR code, which is near the artwork as well.
Okay, and so then I open up this website, and then here I have the AI experience that Trish created. So let me just open that, and you can see as soon as I allow access to the camera, I can actually scan the art piece here. So imagine this could be a huge painting hanging on a wall in an art gallery or in a private collector's home. And then instead of just looking at the art piece as it is, you can actually point at it and see a whole extra dimension or a story, as you said, to that. So this is really quite amazing, I'd say. But I think we should actually we have Trish here, so I think we should bring up the artist herself, just to hear a bit more about this art piece before I start talking about how the platform works. So everyone, please welcome Trish.
Hi there.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, Trish, you're an Emmy-winning artist, and now you're also you've been working with NFTs and augmented reality for, I can understand, quite a while, right?
Correct. Yes, I got my start with augmented reality in 2017, and starting with Unity, and then I have done work with Spark AR. I'm working on several other platforms now with augmented reality. I really enjoy HoloLink. It's a really nice, simple platform, and I found it today. I made an update, and I can actually show the update right now if you'd like.
Nice.
To the piece. So Queen of the Night, the sculpture is based on Mozart's song, and I can share my screen.
Yeah.
I'll do the window here, so you can see my window. So here's the interface. Is it all right that I go to the interface to show it?
Yeah, sure.
So here is the interface that you'll see when you're in the actual project. I was able to import multiple.
Sorry to stop you, but I think you might be sharing the wrong window because we're seeing the stream. Let me just close that. It's okay.
Link editor. There we go.
Yeah, that looks much more like it.
Okay, so here I'm in the actual editor.
Yeah.
And what I love, I was able to update this in a half hour today. I made a new title with a call to action here with this click here button that would allow you to go to the scene. So this piece is actually a 3D scan of the sculpture that I turned into an augmented reality piece, and it literally has amethyst into the back of the head of the piece. And it works. I love the wiring. So on the click on this first starting scene, it'll take you to the scene that Sam just showed everyone here. And I added another call to action here to try the filter, because the filter is actually, besides being you're able to see Queen of the Night sing Mozart's segment of the song, but you could try it yourself and wear the filter and sing it yourself. So
nice.
So this NFT has several components to it, and it's quite delightful. So if I hit preview,
yeah, we can actually go and view it.
Yeah, people could actually, if they wanted to right now, they could scan it with their phone and try the experience out.
Let me just do that. 1 second. So I'm just gonna scan the link here, and then it's loading up on my phone. Let's see here. Have you customized the screen in any way?
No, I haven't customized the screen.
Okay, but I can show you how to do that in just a second. But here I just wanted to show. So there we have it, and you said I could click on this, right?
Where you click on, say, click here next to Queen of the Night, that purple button, and now it'll take you to the singing experience. And what's wonderful is you can import multiple objects on. I love how that you've made that so easy to use. I actually played around with the geofence target this morning as well. I added the location. So this piece of artwork has sold. It lives in Washington State. So for the geofencing, it's now tied to that location of the country.
Nice. So if I'm in Washington, I'll get a different experience than if I'm in boring Copenhagen.
I'm not really sure if you get a different experience, but I played around with the geofencing. I remember the last time we spoke, I suggested you adding it, and you added it. That was incredible.
Nice.
And I love that you can add sound, you can add video. It's very versatile, and I love how easy it is to use. It's very intuitive.
Nice. Thank you so much. Well, Trish, you've been doing all the selling for me tonight.
Thank you.
But I think for the rest of the audience who might not be as skilled in using the Hololink platform yet, I think I'm going to switch over to just give everyone on this webinar a quick tour of the platform, and then afterwards I'll bring you and Sam back, and we can talk a bit more about what this means for you as an artist, and also how it's disrupting the industry in general. So
okay, sounds good.
Thank you so much, and see you in just a bit. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna share my screen. Sorry, not that screen. Share. There we go. Screen, and take you guys through how the editor actually works from I could say a beginner's perspective. So once you go to the platform, and you can, if you want, you can do that right now. Just go to hololink.io and click start for free or log in. And then if you haven't already created an account like me, you'll get here where you can either just sign in with your Google account, or if you don't want to be tied up with Google, you can also do a custom profile here. And then you get straight into the platform, to the editor. And here you'll see what we like to call the dashboard. So you have your projects here. I haven't created any yet. And then down here you have a ton of examples that are inspiration to get you started, and to give you just a glimpse of all the possibilities with the Hololink platform. But I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to start off from scratch, creating just a blank Hololink project. Let's call this Define Art Ledger. Hit create, and we are off to the races. So the first choice we've got to make is which type of scene should we have for the first scene. And you can see we have 3 different types of scenes. What Trish just demoed was an image tracking scene. And that makes sense because that's a scene that is tied to a physical image or an art piece. It could be a painting, it could be a flyer, a billboard, even a business roll-up, really anything that's 2D and printed. You can anchor the 3D content to with an image tracking scene. Now we also have what we call 360 scenes, which allows you to place the content around the user, sort of like in a sphere, and then people can look around and interact with the content. And then last but not least, we have something we call static scenes, which makes it possible to sort of like attach the content to the screen of the phone, and then you can move it around with your thumb, and you can zoom in and out and all of that good stuff. But let's just jump straight into it and start with an image tracking scene. And then once you create a scene, you immediately get taken into it. And here we have the anchor image, the marker that we want to augment. We can change that to any other image. You can see here in the standard library, we already have a bunch of examples. Some of them are actually AI generated, I think with Midjourney or Adobe Firefly or something similar. So in the spirit of art, let's start with this one, which is a bit artistic. And then we want to go over here in order to add content to it. So you can see we can add 3D content, we can add just simple shapes, we can add audio, as Trish said, video, and also, of course, 2D graphics and images. But for this one, let's start by finding an eye to add on top of it. So you can see here we actually have a Sketchfab integration. So all of the free models that you can find on Sketchfab, you can also find through our platform if you just log in. Luckily, that is quite easy. Done here. Let me just. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Hold on, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it through my Google anyways. You can't really get outside of Google on the internet these days, it seems. Oh, just one moment. Hold on, and let's see. We are ready. All right. Sorry about that. Usually it's really easy. So where we're at, yeah, we wanted a 3D eye to add to this experience. So let's go with maybe could we use a tiger's eye? You can see now it's fetching it from Sketchfab, and there we have it. Now we maybe want to scale it down slightly to make it a bit more suitable. So there we have that. And maybe we want to add video as well. Let's see what we have here in the standard library. That could be maybe we want to have actually this gives me the opportunity to showcase another of our features, which is the ability to work with the chroma key. So if I add a video here like that, and maybe move it up slightly above the eye, there we go. I can also scale it down, and then I can go over here to enable the chroma key. And what chroma key means is essentially removing the background by selecting one color. You can see here I can select manually. That seems to be the correct color. I can also adjust the tolerance and stuff. There we go. And then if I click space, you can see we have the video playing. And we can also add maybe just a couple of simple shapes over here. There we go. Maybe we want to change the shape's color to, let's say, this orange, and maybe we want it to glow as well. And then now you can see both the eye actually and also the shape is actually static. So let's change that by adding an animation. So I'm going to go down here, add an animation, and then I can add as many frames as I'd like. You can see the first frame is actually already placed there. So if I click space, it moves over there. But let's add a couple more frames. Maybe I want one here and another one there, and a fourth one where it goes back to the beginning. And then if I click space, you can see going like that. But let's make sure that it keeps doing that. So I'm going to set it to loop. And then we have it moving around there. And then maybe we want this eye to not just be there from the beginning, but actually appear. So I'm going to create just a simple animation here where it goes from the size of 1 on all the 3 axes to 0. Or actually, I want it the other way around. So I'm going to set it to play backwards. There we go. And maybe do that over 3 seconds to make it a bit more dramatic. That's good. Oh, wow. That was really big. So actually, I don't want it to go to 1. I want it to go to, let's say, 0.4 on all 3 axes. That's pretty good. All right, so now I have my first scene, and I can easily go and preview that up here. I can just click preview, and then let me just get out the phone. You can see it here. Scan the QR code. Oh, whoops. There we go. Bring back the phone, and it's loading up here. Now we're in the AI experience, and we can point to this, and all the content appears. Awesome. So now we've made sort of like a basic augmentation of an art piece, but maybe we want to take people actually to a completely different place. So I'm just gonna add an interaction on this eye. So when people click on the eye, something happens. So I'll go over here under behavior and click change scene. And then when this 3D object is clicked, it changes the scene, and I can. So we just created a connection between the first scene, this one where we augmented the eye, and this scene where we have a 360 scene. So here we wanna. I can either just leave the real world as the background, or I can add a 360 image as the background. So I'm gonna add a 360 image. Let's say maybe something cyberpunk-ish. There we go. And then let me create up here in the interface, let me create a button that takes people back to the art piece. There we go. And now we can see we actually have a connection back and forth. So if I again go and preview and bring back my phone preview here. There you go. And then I can click on the eye to go to the 360 scene. See, beautiful cyberpunk-ish environment. And then I can go back to the starting scene again. So that's a very basic introduction to the platform. There's tons of other things you can do. For example, you can actually go and customize the loading screen here by clicking here. And then you can change, for example, the background into a video that's playing like that. And you can change the texts on the dialog box. And I can even change the icon of the loader. So I can change that to a butterfly, for example. Maybe set it to just pulsate instead of rotate and make it bigger. There we go. And then we have the loading screen. So that's one thing you can do. You can also add a soundtrack. So to give it sort of like a bit more of a feel for the AI experience. And then when you're ready, you can just go and publish here. You can see right now I'm not on. So everything I showed you up until now, you can do for free. So you can experiment, create prototypes, create demos, all of that for free. We don't charge you for that, and you can create as many projects as you want, and there's no limit to the tools that you have access to there. Then when you want to publish, you can easily upgrade your team, and we have different plans available. And actually, for those of you listening tonight, we have a special offer for members of the Fine Art Ledger, where we'll be giving you a 1-year subscription on the small team with a 75% discount. This is quite a big discount, and this is only applicable to members of the Fine Art Ledger. But from working with Sam and the team, and we really like the mission, we decided that we wanted to support artists with this discount. So if you're interested in using Hololink, you should reach out to Sam to take part in this, I'd say, quite generous discount that we're giving out. And maybe, Sam, where should people reach out to you in order to get this discount?
That's great, Lucas. Thanks very much. And it really sort of cements the relationship between Hololink and the Fine Art Ledger, and our mission to really bring more people to art. So all you would need to do is sign up to the Fine Art Ledger if you're not already a member, and then either DM us on Instagram. We're at the Fine Art Ledger, or just send us a message through our site, or contact us in any other way, and we'll get the discount codes to you that Hololink has so graciously provided. So it's really a great opportunity to get stuck in there, and I can't understate the or at least I can't overstate the brilliance of the actual Hololink platform and the design ability there. I mean, even someone like me, who's completely technically inept on that side, was able to sort of get through it and design my little AR experience. And for someone like Trish, who's really skilled at this, or anyone on the fine art side, on the design side, the experiences that can be created there are truly exceptional. As I said initially, it's a web-based platform, so it's really so easy to go and publish your AR experiences anywhere. We do it through the Fine Art Ledger, through our mobile fine art experiences, because it creates the extra story about the artwork there, which I'll explain in a minute. But it really is an easy-to-use tool, and of all the tools really out there in the platforms, it's really one of the most accessible from a technical point of view. So well done, Lucas. Absolutely exceptional.
Thanks. I need to say it's not just me. I have a whole team of people, or a small team, I would say.
It takes a village, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't take credit for any of the technical parts, but I only get to be on these webinars where people just applaud the platform. So my job is great.
Yeah, no. This is a genuine compliment from our side, for sure.
Thanks. But speaking of people who like the Hololink platform, why did we bring back Trish to speak a bit more about what? I guess maybe let's start with the Fine Art Ledger. And Sam, when you first reached out to me and you told me about how the platform works and your mission and all of that, my first thought was, this is a great idea. My second thought is, why haven't anyone else done this? Because this is such an obviously a great idea. But Sam, where did this come from? Where did your journey sort of like start into the Fine Art Ledger?
I just got sick and tired of basically keeping all my artworks in my collection on a spreadsheet, and having to keep all the information about the artwork, stored and filed. And I really wanted a solution where my artwork itself becomes the actual vault of all that information and repository. So how it works, and this is why using NFTs for art inventory is really so efficient, is because I can now take my phone to any artwork in my collection, simply tap on it or take a picture of it, and I get all the information about the artwork right there and there. So I can upload the auction history about the artwork. I can upload magazine articles about it. I can put links in there, but also I can put my my original documentation, my invoices, my bills of sale, everything like that. So it's all in one place. And really, you have art inventory software, and that's been, dime a dozen platforms around for years, and it's really got to a very fine skill. But if you think of us, we're the foundation below that, because not only do we provide that inventory ability and use NFTs to do that, but we also are the foundation of every other inventory out there that authenticates the actual inventory entry. And not only that, as I said earlier, the beauty of NFTs is that they're transferable. So anything that's stored in relation to that NFT or in the NFT metadata is easily transferable. So I can basically, if Trish produces an artwork which she has down on our platform and she sold it, she simply goes and transfers it to a collector. And all this information just simply transfers over. And the authentication, all the information that's in the NFT metadata about the artwork itself, its provenance, but then the AR experience as well, it goes over. So that's the beauty of it. So while Hololink has, the ability for web-based links to be posted everywhere and for people to view that, what we do is provide that authenticated basis to actually give something to someone which represents an ownership interest in that artwork, while at the same time gives them a very easy way of inventorying it and managing it through our platform. So it works really, really well, and particularly with buyers for artists or galleries, or even in art museums. You get this interactive experience as you interact with the artwork as well. But then when you sell the artwork, your buyer keeps all of that. So it's really fascinating for me. I can go on and on for hours.
Yeah, but I was just thinking to maybe.
I know you asked a simple question, but it's a lot of hassle in my life for sure.
Yeah, but I was thinking to just switch it over to Trish, because just as an artist, how does this sort of like change the playing field? Because I believe this changes some of like the business side of being an artist. Or what would you say?
Well, definitely, as an artist, being able to keep some of the royalties when you pass the piece on to the next person, which the Fine Arts Ledger lets you do. You can keep 5%, 10%, and then if the piece gets sold onto another person, I'll be able to collect royalties. I'll be able to track where the piece goes, because sometimes you'll sell work and then somebody else buys it from the other, collector. You don't know what happens. So that's a really great aspect of it as well. And then when I exhibit during shows and art fairs with that chip combined with the artwork, like Sam was saying, that interactive experience. When I'm doing art fairs, I get like crowds of people around my artwork, and it creates a really nice engaging experience. And the fact that you've gotten it so multi-level with the wiring and being able to import multiple assets at one time, you could really tell that story for the piece in that interactive experience. And that makes it very exciting for the viewers.
Yeah, nice. That's really quite amazing. So does this actually mean that for each artwork that you can create, you can actually generate more revenue as an artist?
Oh, definitely from each one.
Yeah.
As it passes from hand to hand.
Okay. And what does this mean for you, like as an artist personally? I imagine, are you like a freelancer working on your own, or do you have a team working with you? Like, how does this like sort of like disrupt the business side of being an artist?
Well, it actually allows me to manage my own artwork, and I'm becoming my own art manager. And it also allows me to have a platform to direct people to the artwork as well. So, like when I'm exhibiting it, in a space or something, people can tap the artwork.
Yeah.
So it's definitely giving me more control over the art, the marketing of the art, and the outcomes of exchanging hands. And I love the fact with the whole certificate of authenticity and being minted on the blockchain, because of that increasing value over time. Not only selling the work increases the value, but as blockchain goes up in price, that will also change the value.
Nice. So it seems, even though the Fine Art Ledger is still a fairly early company, I might say it already provides a lot of value already now.
Definitely. When I did my first Fine Art Ledger piece in the beginning of 2021.
Okay.
I dropped off the painting. It was March or April 2021 with the chip, and my client was, "What is this?" They had no idea they were getting their commissioned pieces with the chip on it, and they were so excited. So I introduced my client to the world of cryptocurrency and NFTs, and he got this collector, 2 paintings for, a fantastic price, and he immediately got into collecting NFTs after that.
Nice. That's amazing. But I wanted to ask Sam, can you tell me a bit more about like what is next for the Fine Art Ledger? I know that you're working on some big things, but can you share some of that?
Yeah, there's a whole raft of developments in the queue, and the primary one that's coming up is our marketplace, which will be really the first marketplace dedicated for physical NFTs. In other words, NFTs that are connected to underlying physical art assets. It's really an exciting development, and it really complements our platform, because we have a 2-tier platform. In other words, the register, which is the platform which is up and running now, which connects the artwork to the NFTs, and then a marketplace on top of that, which allows you to buy and sell those artworks. So it's really an exciting development. But I wanted to really just show our viewers a little bit of insight into the Fine Art Ledger, and just see how our platform works internally. Just for 2 minutes, I'm going to share my screen
Nice.
and give that insight. So just hang on a second. Let me get this all right. Okay. So let me go here. Okay, are you seeing that now?
Yep.
Okay. So the Fine Art Ledger, as you see it when you come onto the platform, is just looks like any other website. There's no need to add any or integrate any wallets to the register level platform. And this is the register level platform as it stands. And what you simply do is you would log in or sign up, and then go to what we call the main catalog page, which is the My Works page. That takes you over to what is the digital catalog of your works, and keeps them in really a neat order here. But at the same time, what needs to be realized is that this is all information which is coming from the blockchain. So just to click on a particular work takes you through there. And what is really neat about this is that we're not pulling from a centralized database, but we're actually pulling from the blockchain itself. So that gives you the interface about the artwork. And this artwork I'm demoing here is by Hank Willis Thomas, and it's a famous image of his called Breakfast of Champions. And here you have all the NFT and NFC details. So if you wanted to see the metadata of the artwork, you would just simply click over here. And the metadata of the actual NFT is the engine behind it. It effectively links the underlying artwork to the NFT on the blockchain itself. And You can see it's quite complex, and it looks like a lot of sort of technical details in there. But that's the product of quite a bit of work that we've done on our side to integrate our platform with the physical artwork. This is the control panel for your artwork, where you can go and add videos or images or documents. You can add links, sound clips, and here where you just plug in the AR experience from Hololink, and that's so really easy to do. It's just a matter of adding the Hololink over there and plugging in that URL that you get from Hololink. So it's...
Sam, I just wanted to quickly jump in and say, I think you're not sharing the control panel, but it's something else. Are you maybe sharing the wrong screen?
Oh, hang on a sec. Let me go back. What are we sharing now? Whoops, I'm sharing the other one. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. Let me just share the entire screen. Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay, and now if I switch it around,
I
can you see that?
I still only see the mobile version of the Fine Art Ledger.
Okay. So let me just try to go back. I'm sharing the whole screen, so I'm not sure why it's doing that. Let me just find it here. Hang on. Okay. Can you guys see it now?
Yes, that looks right.
Are you able to see that, Lucas?
Yeah, I see the control panel now.
Okay, so sorry, let me run back against that now. So you guys weren't able to see what I was showing. So what you have is the details of the artwork and the NFT and NFC details, and the metadata is, as that I was referring to earlier, is accessible there. And there you can see that. You should be able to see it, hopefully. But I don't think so. I think there's a little bit of a glitch in the actual sharing items. But let me run down where you can see you can add videos, you can add images, you can add documents and links, and sound clips and all other rich content to the actual experience to interact with the artwork. So also included in that, as I was getting to, is adding the Hololink URL, and that's really easy to do over here by just adding the link here. And all you do is you take that published Hololink URL, plug it in here, and then click submit, and that takes us back to the Fine Art Ledger admin. We approve it, and then it's published on your mobile Fine Art experience. So every time you interact with the artwork, you're able to view that experience. And now, if I go back to and I'm going to have to do these tabs one at a time. Let me just try and find this one. So let's take Trish's, for example, and this is the mobile Fine Art experience on Trish's side. So there is where the AR experience appears. And as I mentioned before, this is best viewed on mobile. But look, Trish has added all other information about the artwork, which is really, what the Fine Art Ledger is about, is by telling the story of the artwork and the story of the artist. And you can add Instagram posts and documents and everything like that. So you can imagine walking around an art gallery and interacting with the artwork and getting all the information about it, which is just really pretty fantastic. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. I think I've given you quite a bit of insight to the Fine Art Ledger. Remember about the great discount that Hololink is offering for the Fine Art Ledger members. And all you have to do is just ping me with your details, and we'll get those discount codes over to you. Lucas, just handing back to you, and maybe we can close out with any questions or any comments anyone has. And really appreciate the time.
I'm just checking. I don't think we have any comments or questions. No, but I have one that I want to ask you guys, because I'm by no means an NFT expert. I've been watching this space sort of like from the sidelines, sort of like Trish, your friend you mentioned earlier, who at that time hadn't jumped in, but now is a collector and everything. But as a non NFT expert, looking from the outside, it seems the NFT market and the NFT industry has been through sort of like some turbulent times over the last 2 years. And now it seems like it has sort of stabilized in some ways, but maybe I can start with you, Trish. Where do you think NFTs are going next, especially NFTs related to the art space?
Well, our NFTs are definitely here to stay, because in the background, major brands, especially in the fashion industry, are fully vested. One thing with some of the fashion brands, if you go into like VR or crypto voxel worlds and things like that, you have makeup you can buy and wear in VR. One person's developing a makeup line that kind of like melts off after a period of time, so you have to keep paying for the makeup. So there's a lot of wearables that are happening in the NFT space as well. And then of course, cars and houses, all these things are going to start migrating into the NFT, just for the certificate of authenticity, like a deed on your house. Like, this is all, we're in the infancy right now, and it's going to keep growing. The name may change to something else, because I think the only bad rap NFTs have right now is the name NFT. But in general, I feel like it's here to stay. Starbucks has really made a huge plunge into it as well. They have a whole members group, coffee enthusiast. You get this NFT that gives you passes to getting discounts on coffee. Concerts are using them as well. And there's all different levels of NFTs, like tour experiences, where I'm working on a project where, for the Bronx, if you claim NFT in a tour, you get a pop, which is worth one, block in the blockchain. And that's a collectible. So the gamification of NFTs is really huge now too. So I think it's here to stay. I don't see it going away.
Nice. So it seems like it's going from the hype sort of like cycle, so now it's actually a thing that just a lot of brands and people use.
Yeah, I think that the people who are credible, who understand that technology and know how to use it, are taking advantage of making their stake.
Nice. And what about you, Sam? What do you think is next for the NFTs?
Well, I think we're pretty much next in that in that line particularly, and that's really showing the fantastic sort of ability that NFTs have to own, or at least have, in relation to underlying assets, in respect of owning them, managing them, and buying and selling them. And I think that's really where NFTs are going to go. NFTs just don't really have to just be digital images or video clips or anything like that. They're really a fantastic instrument to control underlying assets. And as we've demonstrated on the fine art side, it's a really easy application to do and to get used to. And I think, it's going to open up a whole range of use cases, not only in the fine art space, but beyond that as well.
So we are entering the NFT beyond the hype phase.
Correct.
Maybe that's could be the title of another webinar.
Correct.
Definitely.
Right.
Nice. Do you guys have any closing words before we end up tonight?
I love the partnership you two have formed with Hololink and Fine Arts Ledger, and the ease of use for both platforms. It is a no-brainer for artists. I tell artists all the time, It's the easiest way to get into the NFT world if you're wanting to, and also for artists who want to start bringing their pieces to life.
Thanks. That the artist is the reason why we're doing all of this at the end of the day. So that really means a lot, Trish. What about you,
Thank
Sam?
you.
Do you have any closing words?
I just really wanted to thank everyone on the call. Trish, Lucas, getting involved, and to all our users. I mean, we are, as Lucas mentioned, an early stage company, and word of mouth for us is really fantastic. And Trish and other artists and gallery owners and dealers who have supported us have just really been fantastic. And my heart and my appreciation goes out to you guys, because as Lucas will know, this isn't an easy task, and it's really about the people who you are working for and with that are the key components of that. So just really wanted to thank you all.
Nice. That's a great way to end off. The one last thing I wanted to say is just make sure to reach out to Sam to get that discount on the Hololink platform. We'd love to support more artists like Trish using our platform. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you sometime soon.
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.